So, if you've been living under a rock,
Yeah, well, I've been under a rock, so here's to catching up on modern day trending topics.
you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Get it? Jeans? Jeans?
Sydney Sweeney. Images. Filter. Disabled.
Because she's attractive? And she is. I can see why men like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is Nazi shit.
Yeah, mid at best. I actually like Siobhan Head better. I think she's got a cuter face and she's rather pleasantly more appealing to me. But hey, there's a war on women. Would you know? Tell me something different. Let's study the content together.
About the ad that is being racist.
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I am going to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid. What is wrong with you people? Who is not mid nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the other day. Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution. Sydney Sweeney has like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, that's because y'all cook now with modern day social media for the last decade or so. People have been adding filtration since the dog face on Snapchat came out. All that kind of lighting. I think I saw a photo in the last 24 hours, which is a good example of Rafael Nadal by the beach after he's already won like 7 French Open titles and went on to further defend it. Like another 4 consecutive times and a total of another 7 wins overall before his career came to an end. So the dude's like late 20s, probably 5 years younger than me presently, and he's by the beach in some kind of a break, right? Between tournaments. He's having a break. And he's called mid, and oh man, look, it kind of looks like a dad bod because there's less than flattering lighting. And the dude might have just, finished spending some recreational time in his, like I said, off-season-ish kind of like a break between tournaments. Mid. Dude's a professional athlete, greatest clay court tennis player ever. Mid. Average. Mid. Average. Y'all's just cooked, man, because you're so used to seeing people on the screen looking perfect with purities and imperfections, all smoothed out, teeth white, and they ain't even real, bro. It's some acrylic shit. I've seen people like resorting to contacts, making their eyes fake blue because they ain't happy with their browns.
Besides, ass, titties, no, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind. And thighs.
It's all very heavily light dependent too. Sydney Sweeney in these commercials and a lot of the promotional material people will be seeing her in is not even the Sydney Sweeney that gets out of bed in the morning.
What is like the male body equivalent to this debate? Abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist. And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to today's...
Yeah, we're not gonna play your censorship. Sponsorship.
My jeans are brown. Sounds like I shit my pants.
The woke outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone from, well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
TikTok and Twitter absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi? No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no. They are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them. Listen to their points. We're not going to be mean. We're not going to own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
Here we go. Cue freak show looking people that are going to have subtitle captions either above or below. In 3, 2, 1.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the f? Out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell. Okay, sorry. I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
My father and I actually had a discussion about this quite some time ago in relation to the women that don't wear too much or any makeup are actually the most attractive ones. My lighting just died now. I'm hideous. Of old. Are the ones that, far out. I lost my train of thought, man. Cut! So we discussed how women who don't wear any makeup or just a tiny bit of makeup are actually the ones who are most attractive of all. Now, I've recently grown to modify that opinion slightly and come to a conclusion that I actually respect and within certain parameters can appreciate some fine makeup on a woman because it goes to show several things about that woman's character. That she has an attention for detail. Alright, there's two ways of looking at it. She's trying to hide her flaws, but there's also the other way of looking at it, that she cares about her appearance. She takes pride in her appearance. She has attention to detail. She can see and objectify herself about certain flaws that she can tend to improve her appearance. And the other way of looking at it too is that she's not trying to look good for other guys or other girls and other people at work. She genuinely wants to take pride in her appearance and the way she looks to feel good about herself.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh my god, she turns into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way. Really creepy. So at least Sydney Sweeney is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the most f***ed up thing about this Sydney Sweeney ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her.
Getting back to my previous point of what I was saying with the makeup and the lack thereof, and how I've come to appreciate a little bit of makeup for what it signifies. The women that do makeup and have these counter opinions, or maybe I should just say that these are the, the ones that are objectifying and calling her the Nazi, right? Like, there's no uniqueness in the way they do their makeup. It's almost like they purposely do their makeup wrong. Right? This is women I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Sam Smiths of the world and all those fucking messed up dudes that are doing makeup. I'm not talking about drag queens and all them crazy cuckoo nest motherfuckers. I'm talking about women. You notice that a lot of these women, and I think there's going to be more shorts to come, all do their makeup in the same way. There's like this way they portray themselves that isn't like, is where the oxymoron comes into it. They want to be unique, but at the same time, they call people who are unique, like Sydney Sweeney, for their appearance, Nazis. They want to be unique, but in the end, it turns out that they do their makeup in the same kind of ways. They all have their septum pierced. They all just have that similar kind of look. You catching my drift?
They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi propaganda.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her genetics.
Ugh. Prime example of someone that could use some makeup.
It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic state propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say the same shit. It's giving. It's giving.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman.
Beach to it, Sean Head. Told you, it's just that look. We've had enough of these shorts, mind you that.
It's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving dick, okay? It's giving penis. It's giving cock.
I can't believe I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in this shoe. Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS. They intentionally included her German Shepherd dog in the photo shoot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'm up to date with how far the liberal pathogen has spread now. I suppose you could use the term luckily, because this hasn't quite hit Australian shores and our free-to-air television, but I suppose people... If I know it, you probably know it. If you're under 30, you definitely know it. And if the remainder of this video, which is looking like another 20 odd minutes, is going to be along the lines of this being some kind of controversy, mashed together with Sean Ed and I, you as well, watching a whole bunch of crazy, talking a whole bunch of crazy of how initials and dog breeds relate back to the Waffen SS Waffle House Club, then I think we might just be starting to wrap up the video here, folks.
Take your meds. Meds, 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 meds. Her name is Sydney Sweeney. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German Shepherd. German, like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on? She is a hot woman. She is a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics. She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. Is how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
Hi, thanks for calling American Eagle. This is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
Yeah, I can see where this is heading. It's just going to be a whole bunch more of the rabbit hole getting deeper and deeper with these Caucasian, schizophrenic, symptom-displaying women from Generation Z, most likely, going deeper and deeper down the pit of the rotten membrane. Yeah, I'll tell you something to finish off with. A lot of these women would actually look half decent. I'd even say attractive if they put half as much time, energy, and intensity into making their appearance look more presentable than they do making these fucking outright schizophrenic type videos.
Harassing some poor worker, doesn't even fucking speak English, has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random-ass Filipino woman with your West Wing-ass TED Talk? Nobody gives a f***.
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing? No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that?
Exactly. There's a whole bunch of that going on in my head too, watching these schizos in work. Man, I can't believe some people actually get paid to make that sort of content, and then, yeah, someone's got to be on the other end of that phone actually answering that type of shit. Man, at least if it was some kind of sarcasm, some kind of black comedy, oh man, don't take that out of context. God forbid, in a video of jeans being on the line here. Look it up if you don't know what the hell it is that I'm talking about in relation to dark comedy. Yeah, these people are outright fucking nuts, man. And I kind of feel for Sean Ed and anyone who actually finds topics like this fascinating, sitting there and probably recording a video for 1 to 2 days and then getting it all edited together. It drive a man crazy watching these kinds of freaks. I'm going to go watch the 6 p.m. news.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the f*** this is. She's even got other celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it? Cause all white people are dumb inbred hicks? Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass cancelled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this. In conclusion, we are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again. The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles. But woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.